If you ever wondered if your race, your nationality, or ethnicity affects your chances of getting a date, or have you felt like you've been affected based on your race, you know what? You might actually be correct. It does affect you at some basic fundamental level, and I'm going to explain why. I'm here to dissect, or at least deconstruct this idea that race doesn't affect your chances, or your ethnicity doesn't, or your nationality perhaps doesn't affect your chances of getting a date. And I'm here to tell you that it does affect your chances in terms of getting a date. In fact, a study that was conducted by OkCupid, which is a popular dating app back in 2014, found out Asian men, black men and black women got the worst ratings, while Asian women and Latina women did fairly well. I mean, who wouldn't want a spicy Latina? I'm joking. I don't like fetishizing women. Anyways, effectively, black men, in terms of like responses, or even in terms of even people matching us in general, it was at a lower frequency than any groups of men alongside Asian men. However, white men generally tend to do well on dating apps. White women tend to do well as well, to be honest, and Asian women tend to do fairly well as well. In fact, Asian women tend to gravitate more towards white men than they do gravitate towards their own men. So that's what the study points out. And you do hear real life examples.
Having partner preferences for a certain racialized group is a form of discrimination, as in, if I will only date Mexicans, is that racist? Yes. Racism is a belief that all members of a racialized group are the same in some way that's inferior or superior to other racialized groups.
Bias, stereotyping plays a huge factor in terms of our dating preferences. I mean, black women are ranked low alongside Asian men. But look at how society, look at the society that we live in. Obviously, it's a very racialized society, right? Look at how black women are portrayed. Look at how Asian men are portrayed in our society. If you watch movies, you watch TV shows and all of that, black women are generally portrayed as, you know, the angry woman, the single baby mama, and all these different things, right? At a basic fundamental level, no man would want to be partners with this kind of woman. And an Asian men in general is either portrayed as this sexist, you know, sexless kind of lack of masculinity kind of symbol, and women aren't going to be, you know, attracted to that kind of person as well. So it's almost like society determines our preferences in general, and until we start portraying other groups of people as being, or until we start portraying other groups of people in a positive light, it's going to be harder, to be honest, for these biases or racial, you know, like stereotypes to disappear. On top of everything I've mentioned, again, white supremacist values play a huge factor. It's almost like viewing it in sort of like, from a historical context, beauty in the eyes of the colonizers, because at one point in history, if anyone, you know, learned anything about European imperialism across the world, what you're going to find out is that at one point, a lot of white Europeans went across the world, you know, ruling, colonizing people. And through that process of colonization, they introduced what was known as white supremacy. And they rule these people that they colonized based on, you know, white supremacist ideologies that white is better. And as a result, the standard of beauty, not just in a majority white countries, but in a global context as well, became white. You know what I mean? So white men, white women generally being viewed as being attractive. This is not a new thing. Again, you could trace this all the way back to colonialism. So it's really effectively beauty in the eyes of the colonizers, to be honest. And until we challenge these biases, and until we change what media, or at least we challenge what the media feeds us in terms of who's more attractive and who's desirable and who's not, until we challenge these things, black women and Asian men are always going to struggle on dating apps, or society in general. I mean, we've got a show in Britain called Love Island, where effectively people go to this place, you know, sit down and couples meet up, blah, blah, blah. You know, I mean, different people meeting up, you know, random people, you know, in a villa, in an island, to find a partner. And even then, you could see how racial preferences affect someone's chance of dating. Though in Love Island, you tend not to meet Asian, there tend not to be Asian men or women going on the show. It's generally black, white, or mixed race people on there. But again, the black women that go on the show, it's just hard for them to find a partner. In fact, the data suggests, or the data generally points out, that if you put a black man and you ask them to pick between a black woman and a white woman, and let's say the women look about almost the same in terms of attractiveness, right? The probability that the black man is going to pick a white woman is high. So again, it really goes back to, you know, what we view as being more attractive, or what we, you know, based on societal standards. And again, based on societal standards, whiteness is viewed as being more attractive, to be honest. And we have to challenge these things, or else it's going to be difficult for some groups of people, right? So that's why I really effectively am making this video, to point out that our societal perceptions of what's attractive is determined by social engineering. It's socially constructed, really. And until we challenge these things, you know, it's going to be difficult for us to find the right person. It's going to be hard for us to be able to, you know, live in a homogenous society. It's going to be difficult. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate you lot taking the time to watch this video. It means a lot, to be honest. You know, it might seem like a short video, perhaps a long video, I don't know. But make sure to smash the like button down below, comment and subscribe with your notification bell starting on, and see you later.